Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd go out on a little field trip for a book review. I'll be doing Break by Hannah Muskowitz. Okay, so sorry about the noise. There are a few constructions going on. So, right when I say that, more machines get started. Break is a young adult book about Jonah, who is a teenager in high school with a brother and a sister who kind of come into play, who's discovered that when you break bones, they grow back stronger. And for personal reasons, which you discover throughout the book, he decides he wants to become his best self, physically, mentally, whatever, and that means breaking every single bone in his body to grow back stronger. And for that, he has Naomi, his best friend's help, who helps him kind of catalog it, if you will. So I thought this book was really good, minus a few little quacks, which I'll tell you about. It's very easy to read. I would put this in the beach read category of horror. It's very, it's an easy flow, it's easy language, it's really effective at building a good kind of atmosphere, and it's very easy to kind of get into Jonah's world, understand why he's doing what he's doing. So you have Jonah, Naomi, Jonah's brother, his little sister, and his two parents. Those are the main characters you follow. All in all, this book, in my opinion, was a little more character-driven than plot-driven, just because it really focuses on Jonah's kind of mental state and the evolution of his state of mind. His brother also has quite a few health problems, and his brother's health problems and Jonah's mental health aren't directly related, but there is kind of a correlation, so it's interesting how the book evolves to see how the two kind of independently move around each other, if you will. One of the things I was kind of disappointed about when I read the synopsis of this book is I really thought there was going to be a lot more bone breaking. Call me weird, I know, but yeah, I thought that's, based on the synopsis, what the book was going to be about. But there are fewer scenes than expected in the book where you really, you're in Jonah's head and he's really like, okay, I'm going to break a bone now, and then he does it, right? Those scenes are really kind of dark. And they're I don't know, I just really thought it was going to be mostly that. It is not mostly that. There's some of that. So just be warned about that. The other things that I didn't like as much about this book, which happen a little more towards the end, so I am going to say possibly spoiler alert, maybe not. But towards the end of the book, Jonah gets sent to a mental institution. And so the main people you follow there are Jonah's doctor, the receptionist, who is also a volunteer, and then the other children that are at the hospital. So, in my opinion, the doctor's actions, or his character, I guess, could have been a plot convenience. It actually almost felt like it was. The only thing is, it kind of went with the whole Jonah's kind of at the end of his rope vibe, right? So he's at the mental hospital and things are getting weird, and the doctor kind of feels like almost he could almost be a manifestation of the weirdness in his actions, right? It's borderline plot convenience. But the receptionist and assistant, now, I did not like her at all. She was a total plot convenience. I don't know, there was never any real reason for her to do anything other than she's incompetent, which she's not presented as being incompetent, right? She was a plot convenience, and that's all I'm going to say about that. The kids at the hospital They were really cool. I enjoyed learning about them. The very last 5 pages went into plot convenience territory for me, but it's just the last 5 pages, so I almost want to say not a big deal overall, because the rest of the book I thought was really engaging. I really enjoyed learning about Jonah. I really enjoyed learning about his motivations for wanting to break his bones and how he affected his environment and vice versa. I enjoyed seeing how the relationships evolved based on that. It was a really good book. I recommend this book. Overall, I would give it maybe 6.5 or 7 out of 10, minus the few things I already mentioned. But I'll tell you what. So I finished reading the book, right? And then I get to the about the author section at the very last page. Let me tell you what. About the author, just the first sentence. If all goes well, Hannah Muskowitz will be out of high school by the time you read this. Okay, like, I would have killed to write like this when I was pre-high school. It didn't even say if she was in high school or pre-high, whatever. Middle school, there we go. Junior high, oh my god. Junior high. I would have killed to write like this. Even though there were a few things I could have said about it, this is amazing. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I recommend, I don't know if there are any other editions, but if you can get your hands on this book edition, it's really good. It's a good size. The writing is a good size. Hold on. Let me show you. Yeah. The writing is a good size, and there are little, like, bone details at the beginning of each chapter. It's kind of cool. Really nice. Totally recommend it. Overall, I do think you should keep this for either if you're having a reading slump. This would be a really good book for a reading slump. It'll be a good book for a beach read or like an easy something if you just want something quick. I almost, despite the theme, want to say this was kind of lighthearted, just in the writing style, because it was very captivating and very easy to get into. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the book. If you decide to read it, let me know your thoughts below. If you read it, if you're gonna read it, like the video if you did, subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.